Okay, it's time. This is the shower that Marty and I put in back in '93, and it's done a good job. Of course, we didn't have much space to work with here because this was a half bath in the beginning, and we took a linen closet out and plumbed in a corner shower. And we took out the vanity that was in here and went for a corner sink. So what we've done here is use as much space as possible in this little room. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take out this shower and we're going to put some new lights in, and we're going to put in a steam closet. See how that works out. Alright, well, we've got the old shower out. And as you can see, of course, the drywall and everything is fairly tore up because when we put the old one in, we had to use, liquid nails and everything, glue it in place. And as you can see right there by the faucet, here's some black mold that has grown in there over the years. So this entire piece, the drywall's got to come out, and then this piece also. So we'll take that drywall all the way out and we'll put in the newer drywall they have nowadays that is mildew resistant. And there's where the deck of the old one used to lay. We're going to pull up this section of tiles and put in some new tiles there, and I'll probably have to use some leveling underlayment on this to kind of smooth it out before I put the new tile in. That's where we're at right now. Okay, well, we've got all the old drywall taken out, and of course you can see this is where the old door used to be. This was a door that went into the other bedroom, but we blocked that off when Marty and I first put this shower in. So we've taken down, or I've taken down, all of the older drywall, which wasn't a mildew resistant drywall. The new shower is a standalone unit, so it doesn't glue to the bulkhead in any way. But I'm going to be using a concrete drywall in here, cement drywall, that is made for wet conditions. Alright, well, what I'm working with here is hardbacker, and basically what hardbacker is, it replaces drywall and it's used for wet areas. It is primarily Portland cement, and this area that the shower is going to be in, I don't want to have to worry about drywall getting mildewed and everything else. So the whole area around the shower is going to be boarded in with hardbacker, and you use it just like you would drywall, except it's a little different to cut, and I'll show you what I mean. Now they'll tell you when you work with hardback that you just want to score it with a utility knife and score it and score it and score it and then snap it, and it leaves a really ugly cut. They said, well, you don't want to use a circular saw because there's way too much dust. Hello, go outside. Wear a mask, safety goggles, and on your circular saw you want to get a dry wet diamond blade. It's made for cutting tile, and it cuts right through this like nothing, and it keeps a nice clean cut so you don't have all this snapping and cutting and broken edges. So when they tell you you got to score it in order to cut it to size, you can if you feel like spending all day doing it. Me, I prefer to use power tools. They're a lot easier. Okay, well, we've got the plumbing in place. We've got all the concrete board in place. And now we're ready for some paint before the shower goes in. Tile floors all in, and we're ready to start putting it together. Okay, well, we've got all the drywall in place and painted, and the plumbing is in place, and all the tile is in place. And there's our drain. We'll go down below. And so now we're all ready to start putting the shower in. Now, okay guys, here it is. Our brand new steam shower. Of course, you got to QA the damn thing first. So, let's see here.
You gonna get to it. Alright, that's good. Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, that works.
You're silly.
That works. And that works. We're done.
Okay. And now he's still got his clothes on. Okay.
Ain't this sweet?
Is it?
Well, we've got the shower in now. And now there's a few more items that we need to do now that we've got it all installed. And one thing that we removed was the accordion door going into the bathroom. Initially, this had a full-size door, which of course when swung in to the bathroom made up a lot of room. So early on, we went with an accordion style door. And it's been quite a few years since we put that in, and it's shown its wear and tear. So we're going to go ahead and put in a new accordion door now. And that's close to being the last thing we need to do to totally renovate this bathroom. Now I've got the top track in place, and I went ahead and got the door hung on its rollers within the top track. Now the trick to it is normally when you install this, it's going to be on a flat door surface. So here I've got some combing that I have to deal with, and of course the door is 80 inches high. So if it's installed here on the combing in this area, it's going to be just a bit too low, and I really don't feel like cutting off a ½ inch on these panels just to make it fit. So what I did is I put it in this position where the original door was, just on the other side of this. Now the trick to that is when you you put a center screw in at this point in order to be able to swing that top rail out so that you can guide on the panels. Well, what I did is I went ahead and got the panels on and then put the center screw in to put it in position, and then aligned in the other screws. So right now the top track is complete. Alright, we've got the door in place. The only things we had to add were the anchor clips, little plastic clips that go on the anchor side of the door to hold it in place, and then an anchor channel where you have the magnetic plates and the strips to hold the door in place. So it opens easier, compacts nicely to the side, and it even matches the woodwork in the master bedroom, which is very nice. And of course slides easily into place and locks in with the magnetic latches. The nice part about this door, fairly inexpensive, it's about $55, and it has a very nice roller system up on top track there, instead of some of the smaller, cheaper ones that we saw from years ago. But this one comes in nicely, and it'll do our job. And when you're dealing with limited space, you cheat whenever you can, and it all comes out in the end.